So we make it?
We are here.
We made it. What's in the water?
Cenotes, a Mayan word that translates to sacred well. On this episode, we're exploring the Yucatan Peninsula, a region in Mexico home to thousands of cenotes. We will be diving through light rays, illuminating Earth's geographical history, and taking a glimpse into the past of these stunning ancient bodies of water, to find beauty in bones, in water, where life not only ended, but began.
It's gonna be cool.
My name is Karen Schultz, but you may know me as Taz, or Taz Diving. I am a cave diver and trip organizer in Tulum, Mexico. I take people all around the world to dive in some of the most remote and incredible diving hotspots. I'm here today exploring Merida, a vibrant colonial city rich in culture and history. I'll be taking you along this scouting trip as I explore the cenotes of Yucatan, since I'm planning to organize another cenote diving week, but with a twist. The cenotes around here, formed by an ancient asteroid impact, are often more rural and deep than those in places like Tulum. Primarily in Tulum, these trips are designed to blow your mind underwater, while giving you the treatment of a proper diving holiday with gorgeous accommodation and incredible food to enjoy, much like a liveaboard would give you. So the first part of this video is going to be a little side quest to Progreso before I head over to Merida to spend my nights there. So come along with me for the ride. We're going to be checking out Progreso, we're going to be checking out Merida City, and we're going to be doing 2 days of diving here in the cenotes in some of the best ones.
I'm currently in Progreso, just north of Merida. It's like a small beach town. Before the sun completely goes down, I'm gonna go walk what they call the Malecon, which is like the boardwalk, essentially the busy beach area. I'm gonna go see what I can see and go find some nice food and check out Progreso. So I have for sure missed the sunset, but that's okay. Honestly, this Malecon is really pretty. It's super lively, and there's lots of little stands that are open. Probably can't hear me at all. I'm trying to cover my mic. People are swimming right now. I would not be swimming, and it's very windy. Honestly, Google Maps was a little bit deceiving, because I thought that that was something that you can walk on, and it is a full-on, it's a road. Pretty sure it's a cruise ship port. El muelle más largo del mundo, the largest bridge dock in the world. That's pretty crazy. And I believe it. The thing's huge. So after walking to the muelle, I realized that you can actually walk underneath it normally, but their boardwalk is under repairs right now. So I'm walking like 3 streets over, turning. Apparently the other side is even better. So let's go check out the other side of the boardwalk. I totally should have drove. Okay, if this is not the craziest thing to find here, look at what I have discovered. It's like the creepiest merry-go-round, but I kind of love it. I'm on the other side of the Malecon. As you can see, like, the bridge continues, and I've come on the other side. You can normally come through here, but I've walked all the way around. And this is what I'm greeted with on the other side. Would you ride? I'd ride it. Why isn't she working? Okay, I don't know how I missed this one. I walked right by it. It's by the merry-go-round. Look. What is this? What the fuck is that? No. So far, it's a pretty cute little town and quite lively at night. But as I'm getting tired and it's been a long travel day, I am ready to go find some food for the night. Okay, after a very long time deciding where I'm gonna eat, there's so many options, I've chosen my spot. I've decided to treat myself. Now I deserve to go diving tomorrow. No words. Wow. I only have so many nights, and I'm here to dive. So let's do it. So this is my accommodation in Progreso. What a beautiful view to wake up to. The air smells so good. Check out the rest of this place. This accommodation is so cute and cozy, and I love staying right next to the ocean. but it's time that I get my camera ready because I have a 40-minute drive ahead of me to get to the city. I love staying here, but it is a little bit far for my preference. But nothing beats a drive better than a morning cappuccino. Okay, now that I have some coffee in me, I'm going to start to head to Merida right now. And I'm going to meet my friend who's got the dive center in Merida. And today we're going diving. Okay, I've made it to the dive center here called Cenotes in Merida. I'm so excited to see where we're going today. Let's check it out. Hello.
Hello.
Give me my guy. How's it going? This dive shop is impressive at first glance, but it is time for us to get ready to head out. So after preparing our tanks and loading up the dive gear, it's time for me to introduce you to who's actually taking me today. Gerardo and I haven't seen each other in a while, and there's a 45-minute drive ahead of us, so we have a lot to catch up on. But allow me to introduce you guys to who he is.
My name is Gerardo Sosa. I have my dive center in Merida called Cenotes, yeah. I am from Campeche and comes to Merida to study marine biologist. Things that make me happy, so yeah, I am here.
Thank you for taking me today. I'm like so excited to see this part of Merida, different kinds of cenotes.
Yeah.
And you've dived in the Tulum cenotes and the ones in the surrounding area. What makes these ones so different?
It's more far to the sea, so normally the cenotes here are more deepest and more bigger. You don't have this typically form of the cenotes like caves or like a cavern. So do you have here a very big spaces and very deep, so
they're almost like sinkholes, right?
Yeah,
most of them
course.
Are sinkholes, I guess. Yeah,
but it's more bigger spaces, so it's very cool, it's very nice. And you have a lot of bones, for example, human bones, animal bones. You have a lot of Mayan sacrifice. So it's very historical. It's not something touristic, you know. You can see in the road, you can see in the cenote, you can see with the location. It's not touristic.
It's a little bit more rustic, I guess,
more
right?
rustic,
And
yeah.
a little more out there.
Yeah.
I can tell right now because we're already driving this like super skinny little road. We just passed some cows on the way.
You feel the flavor of Yucatan in the day, in the road, in the food, in the cenote. So yeah, in that way it is very different.
What cenote are we going to right now?
Today we're gonna go to Sabaja, and the other cenote is Canquiriche. Sabaja is the more deepest cenote in all the world.
In the whole world?
Yeah, it's cenote, of course. The cenote comes from the Mayan culture, so yeah, it's the most deepest in the world.
Wow.
So,
how deep does it go?
230 meters.
230 meters deep. Oh my God.
So it's very deep. Only 2 people who goes this deep. So, yeah.
Only 2 people have ever dived to the bottom?
Yeah.
Wow. What? Do you know what they saw? Did they see bones?
No.
Ooh. Did they make it out?
No. Yeah, we need to go to see. Yeah.
Let's go check it.
Let's go. This is Ixcanchacan. It's a little town close to the cenote. Do you see the years?
Yeah. 1899 to 1902. Quite old.
Of the people.
We make a quick pit stop to pick up a local worker, one of the townspeople available to help carry our gear to the cenotes. Such a unique perk of diving here. With Alejandro on board, we leave the main road and head down a narrow dirt path, weaving through the jungle in search of our first cenote. So we make it?
We are here.
We made it. I have to admit, it is hot outside, but that's a small price to pay for what we are about to see. Woo!
Looks like green, you know, but it's very beautiful.
Oh my God.
And the dive, it's very easy. We're gonna do this in a circle. We're gonna go up 5 meters, 30, 25, 20, and stay in this way, doing only circles. Enjoy it. Yeah. It's very cool. You can see the green in the top, and the black in this side, and the blue. So it's very cool. It's very amazing.
Cool. Yeah.
It's very cool.
Let's go. So, the deepest cenote in all of Yucatan, what I think is really cool is this part right here. This is like a natural dock for us. To me, I was just like super impressed at that moment is that we have somewhere where we can actually just put our tanks and enter the water. It doesn't even need to have any sort of facilities like stairs or anything like that. So we're gonna have someone who's gonna be helping us with our gear, which is amazing. We're gonna bring our tanks down to the water's edge here where we can have some help putting all the gear on. That's VIP service. So I'm excited for that. And I can't wait to see what's in the water. Alejandro is already on it by helping bring our gear to the water. So Gerardo and I start to suit up and get ready for the dive. We take a quick little dip to cool off before getting things started. And the water is very refreshing. So Gerardo was telling me that this is the deepest cenote in all of the Yucatan Peninsula. And around 70 meters is like one of the first shelves. Once we pass this kind of murky water on the surface, it gets nice and clean, super good visibility down below where you can see pretty much from one end of the cenote to the other. Apparently the water here is also 26, 27 degrees, so it's really hot in the dry suit right now, but just a light undergarment layer. You could even dive in a wetsuit here without a problem, whereas the cenotes in Tulum are about 24, 25. So it is a little bit warmer over here. We made it. The water, of course, is very green on the surface, but as we start to descend, the water does begin to clear, and the cenote starts to reveal its true scale. It's like diving into the unknown. Every foot deeper, the visibility sharpens, and you start to get a sense of how massive this place is. The depth is mind-blowing, and not being able to see the bottom just adds to the mystery. I can't help but wonder what the two divers who made it to the bottom were experiencing. I can only imagine the sensation of being the first explorers here. It must have been wild. I love knowing that places like this really do exist in the world. And even better, we get to dive in them. We get to be part of this experience. As we circle around the cenote and dive beneath some of the shelves, we start to find signs of human activity. A cross has been placed as tribute, likely for a diver who had ventured here before. Then we stumble across pieces of Mayan history. Pottery scattered across the shelves, broken but still holding secrets. It's a humbling moment, sparking thoughts of the people who made it, what it held, and why it ended up here in this mysterious cenote. It's a connection to the past that makes you appreciate the culture even more. We kept the dive at 30 meters, which is the typical depth of a recreational diver. At this depth, we come across another stunning shelf, and of course, we sneak underneath it. I'm mesmerized by the bubbles trapped in its ceiling and the stalactites that hang overhead. As the dive comes to an end, we turn around and start our ascent, circling back to the surface. I take one last look around in the cenote, in awe of its beauty, and give a small nod, satisfied with this incredible dive. Already, I'm so excited to return. It is time for our safety stop, conveniently done in the murk. We use the trees as our visual reference, and of course our dive computers too. We take our first breath on the surface and share the exhilaration of what we just experienced. Woo! What a beautiful dive!
Very cool.
Thank you. Oh my God.
One of two.
Oh, it's so deep.
4.
Yeah, one of four. One of 4 for now. And honestly, if that's just the start, then I'm excited for the next few days. As we head out of the water, I can't stop thinking about how incredible that dive was and what's coming next. We strip off our gear back at the truck and get ready to head down the dirt road again. Making our way to the next cenote, only a short 10-minute ride away, Gerardo fills me in on what to expect as we take the drive. We're already at the next entrance, and this cenote feels completely different. The ground is almost like a desert, with only a small hole that has me wondering what adventure awaits. Oh my God. I can already tell it's going to be another wild ride. Walking down to the platform, I take one look at the cenote, and I'm already impressed. The colors of the walls here are so vibrant and diverse, it's impossible not to be amazed. Wow. Look at that. I don't know how the tourists found this place, but as a diver, it's like we're holding a secret that they do not know about. They can't experience what's truly below their feet like we can. Gerardo gives me another dive briefing, pointing to the entrance of the cenote and discussing the sun rays as it is getting a little bit late in the day. It's discussed that our max depth will be 25 to 30 meters, and that this cavern has very dark walls and another bubble-filled ceiling. After soaking in the view one last time, we head back up to the car, determined not to waste any daylight. Alejandro helps us prepare the tanks, and as I walk to the water, I am feeling ready to dive. I take a quick and very refreshing dip in the water, which really sets the tone. I'm now feeling fully charged and ready to rock. Snorkelers always are thrilled to see us and ask questions, probably because we look like astronauts right now. And so we begin. The sun is still out, though its rays are starting to fade. They cast a soft glow on our path to the bottom of the cenote. This bottom slopes gently, and as the clouds move above, it's like they're playing a lights on, lights off game with us. We take a moment to bask in the last of her beauty before diving deeper. As we move past the first stalactites, they rise like towers, as if they were guarding the entrance to the cavern within. The floor is jaw-dropping, cracked and rugged, resembling the desert vibe from above, now carried beneath the surface. The square rock formations and the crusted clay floor make you wonder, at what point was this place dry? And what did it look like before the rock shifted to create this mesmerizing pattern? A warning sign appears, reminding us that this isn't all there is to see. The cavern stretches into a cave zone, deep enough to fall outside the reach of natural sun. My light even struggles to cut through the darkness as the walls are pitch black here. Gerardo leads the way as we begin to zigzag up the sloping bottom back towards the surface, revealing even more rubble in the cenote. A friendly catfish swims by, giving us a little hello before witnessing my favorite view to come. This is the back of the cenote. The natural light filtering in, paired with the towering stalactites, it's all just picture perfect. We even discover some more bones as we approach the opening, and I can't help but wish we could keep going. But our dive has to come to an end once again. So just finished dive number 2 of the day, and that was also a really beautiful dive. Very interesting. We were just a little bit late for the sunlight, but we still had some rays at the beginning. They were wonderful. It kind of reminded me of Car Wash Cenote in Tulum. But it was interesting because the walls were black, like super black, and the floor had all these gorgeous textures in it. And it looked like it was the desert but underwater with all the different patterns. You could tell at one point it was like cracked rock just from being dry, or I'm actually not sure. It was a very dark cave, but I really, really liked it. Yeah, highly would recommend coming a little bit earlier, but definitely coming again. And the wind is hot. It's definitely hot here. Place has a Yucatan flavor. Speaking of flavors.
You can take this.
What? Man!
This is one, and this is the other.
Do you even have a dive shop if you're not making your own beer? Brewmaster, marketing guru, cenote guide. Oh man.
Pez gracias.
Gracias.
Es una pez ballesta. Enjoy.
I don't know about you, but probably the most important part of our day.
Of course.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Panuchos.
Sorry.
Oh my god. Good? Yeah, that's good. Wow. Super, super good. Although he didn't make it to the video very much, Alejandro is the man, and we say our farewells to him until the next time. Eager to spend time in the city of Merida, I stopped by a cute restaurant to enjoy a refreshing juice to end my day before heading back to Progreso. I'm just checking out of my Airbnb in Progreso, and I'm gonna miss this little place with my nice ocean view falling asleep. The thing I'm gonna miss the most is these guys. Babies, I'm gonna miss you. Right, it's day number 2, going diving in the cenotes of Merida. I am super excited for this day. Yesterday was VIP. I got to hang out with Gerardo. It was nice just to take the day, chat a lot, and get to know everything. And today we're gonna be diving with other clients, and they are Spanish speaking. So I'll be translating the video as well, as we're all gonna be speaking in Spanish. Enjoy, you get to hear my beautiful gringa Spanish accent. I'll be laughing at myself. You can laugh along with me too. Anyway, it's gonna be a good day. I can't wait, and let's see what's in store. All right, we've made it. We all meet each other at the shop, and as per the usual drill, we pack up our gear into the car and pile in, getting ready to head off for some more dives. Gerardo gets us excited talking about the day and what's to expect, while sharing history of the cenotes and telling stories of the culture of the Yucatan. As we all chat and get to know each other, we venture to another remote area on the outskirts of the city, which of course is a small town situated right next to some of the cenotes. Let's not forget the best part of the day, which is picking up our helper. Today we have Leo in the car with us, and arguably, he's got the coolest seat in the house. Okay, voy a intentar en español. Okay, estamos aquí en ¿cuál cenote? ¿Ya? Okay, y estoy con Carla. Hola, soy Carla. ¿Y de dónde eres otra vez? De Saltillo.
Está bien.
Y tenemos Marina. Hi Marina.
Hola.
¿De dónde eres?
Soy de Italia.
De Italia. ¿Están felices para bucear?
Sí, emocionadísimas.
Yo también, vámonos. Estamos aquí en Naya. We've made it to Naya. Another beautiful, pristine cenote awaits for us to dive in and explore. We listen to another thorough briefing and await what's next as Gerardo explains the dive to us. I also try not to get distracted, but the bird's synchronized flight pattern is super hard to ignore. I'm already impressed by the entrance, and I have no complaints when there's proper signage and the cenote is kind of manicured and catered for divers in some way. So in that briefing, Gerardo was telling us that in this cenote, we're going to find some bones. Apparently, some cows had fallen in quite a long time ago, and, well, there's no way that they were getting out. Furthermore, apparently, there is some history of human activity in there, where at one point when the cave was dry, someone had put their hands on the wall to leave a handprint. Apparently it's older than when the mines were here. It had to be dry for this to happen, and then it had flooded with water and left the mark of the handprint in there. That's pretty amazing. I don't know exactly how old that could be, thousands and thousands of years, I'm sure, but there's definitely some human history in here as well. It's gonna be cool. It's really hot. I'm gonna go close to the water and put this on. If you've made it this far in the video and you're just as excited to see the bones as I am, make sure to like and subscribe so I can keep bringing you along on these amazing adventures. I love being able to share them with you, and with your support, I can continue making videos for you to follow along, or even join me on one of my upcoming trips. The girls are pumped too, and we're all ready to get diving, so I put on my harness and grab my camera gear, eager to witness the hidden history below. It's time to dive in, and the sun rays are absolutely insane right now, lighting up everything around us. Filming underwater is always a blast, but there's something extra special about this moment. The weightlessness down here feels like you're floating through another world, completely free. As we get closer to the bottom, circling around the sun rays, I'm hit with the same excitement I had on the first dive here, and then boom, we spot it. Our first skull. A cow skull, perfectly placed on the cenote floor. There's something wild about diving with bones like this. It's a mix of awe, respect, and the reminder that life doesn't last forever. Then there it is, evidence of a human life. A handprint pressed into the rock like a tattoo, an untold story frozen in time. A simple yet powerful mark that says, I was here. At the time that this cave was dry, what was going through their mind? Was it a message? Was it a farewell? Did they know what was coming? It's wild to think that centuries later, we'd be here, floating through the same space where someone once stood, where someone might have fought to survive, or maybe, just maybe, climbed their way out. No human remains here today, but the same can't be said for the horses and cows. they unfortunately never made it out. Diving here is pure wonder, and you can't help but think, man, so few people in the world really get to see this. As we ascend, I can't stop staring at these walls. They're unlike anything I've seen before in a cavern. Flat and straight, yet lined with stalactites fused to the rock, like frozen waterfalls carved over centuries. And just like that, 45 minutes have passed and our safety stop brings us to the end of another mind-blowing dive. This dive was really, really, really beautiful. The sun rays were honestly amazing. I loved them. And the handprint was really cool. Okay, so we're having some mango between our dives and we're heading over to our second cenote. How do you like the mango? I love it. Me too. Gerardo,
Oh,
where are we going? ¿Dónde vamos?
estamos yendo a Nomozón, segundo cenote, que está más lejos, pero que vale mucho la pena y está muy lindo.
We've made it to No Mazon, and once again, the entrance is one of the most beautiful sights I've ever seen. The birds greet us with their endless circles, and I'm getting pretty obsessed with them. And we have Leo, who is helping us out today. It's so good to have somebody assisting with all of our dive gear. Having the help is fantastic. During our briefing, one of the things that Gerardo said was since there was a skull found in here and also some pottery, the Mayan people used to use pottery as an offering. They would put something inside, whether it was blood, beans, or food of some kind. And if you were to see the cenote in the middle of the jungle, I wouldn't even know what to imagine if I was a Mayan person so many years ago. To me, it would look like a portal to an underworld. And of course, there would have been no way to actually get down and come to the water. It would make so much sense that this was the portal to the underworld. Wow. I am so pumped for this dive. You know you're at a dive site in Mexico when gear just explodes. Like all over the place. Yeah, exactly. The light reflecting on the surface turns the water into a perfect mirror. The sheer size of this cenote is pretty incredible. As we descend, we are met with the biggest light rays that we've seen on this trip. We start dropping to 25 meters, and then we head over to reach the moment that we've all been waiting for. A human skull. The sediment is incredibly fine, so I have to be extra careful not to lift it. I didn't get to film the moment as much as I had hoped, but that was to make sure the girls also got a clear view without, one, me hogging it with my camera, and two, because the sediment is so fine and the skull was so close to the rock, it was hard to frame without kicking up the silt. This is one of the things to be aware of when diving in caverns, is to take care of the bottom and leave it untouched as nature left it. More bones appear, a femur, and then a deer skull, with antlers still intact and on display for us to enjoy. Moving along, with the light ray to our right, we follow the contour of the cenote, though I keep finding myself looking back at that insane beam of light, like a moth to a flame. I love that these dives are open to so many levels, from open water divers to advanced and even technical divers. The fact that anyone with a certification can come here with a guide and witness this history firsthand makes it even more special. I truly cannot wait to bring a group here, to see them experience this place and feel what I'm feeling and dive into something truly unforgettable. Sharing this with people is one of the highlights of my job, and I just feel so privileged to share it with others. Well, that concludes our diving of today, and I think that this cenote was just as amazing as the first one. We went all the way around, circling the light, into the crevices. Seeing the skull was so nice. Just rather impressed with the cenotes of Merida. I can't wait to come back and see some more of them because I think that they just keep getting better and better from here. That concludes another beautiful day diving in the cenotes here. We've made it back to drop off our helper of the day, and this is where we're actually going to eat. Obviamente. This is the moment that I have been waiting for since we started diving together. is trying
Acá, mira, te dice que te sientes.
this.
Mira eso. Bugambilia tú.
Wow.
Se amarre de aguas de calzones.
Hola.
Ay, uy, entramos con chanclas acá.
Little Javi is probably the cutest kid I've ever met. He wanted to show us every single thing in his room before we got served this beautiful meal by this amazing family. Like, if we didn't have enough food, we have panuchos. I think we're gonna die after. This was easily some of the best food I've had on the whole trip. Nothing beats authentic, home-cooked Mexican food. It's a great reminder that life can be simple. Growing your own food, living sustainably, and not needing much more. We thank this wonderful family for welcoming us into their home, though Javi looked pretty sad to see his new friends leaving so soon. With a final wave goodbye, it's time for me to head back to Merida as I finally get to explore the city. The culture, the history, and the food here are already hard to beat. One of the main reasons for this scouting trip was to find the perfect spot for my next dive group. I came across this Airbnb, and the owners were kind enough to let me take a look inside. The rooms weren't quite ready since the house was being cleaned, but I got a good sense of the layout, and honestly, I am in love. With over 10 beds, this is the ideal place for the group trip I'm planning. It's spacious, private, and it's the final piece to the puzzle. With this find, that concludes my scouting trip to Merida. I hope you enjoyed watching this epic dive adventure as much as I did taking you with me. I'll be hosting an official Taz diving trip to Merida very soon, along with many others from Indonesia, Maldives, and everywhere in between. Whether you're an open water or advanced diver, there's something waiting for you. To be the first to know or join me on one of my trips, subscribe to my channel and make sure to visit my website and sign up to my email list, where I'll be dropping the latest trip updates through there. Or you can just follow along and watch me on the next episode to see where I'll be taking you guys next. I want to give a special thank you to Gerardo at Waternauts for taking me along on this special adventure. I can't wait to see the rest of the cenotes, hopefully with you guys, very soon. And I'll see you on the next dive. Bye!